All right. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Good, good. Well, welcome. Again, excited to have you here as we opened up our main dining room tonight. So I hope everybody's got their dinner reservations set. I heard Thanksgiving went well. I know Majarka and the team are very excited as well, and I know many of you attended the presentation yesterday that Majarka and Tanya did. So, as always, excited to have Pete, Jordan, and Carla here from CG Schmidt to give you an update from the contractor construction expertise that they bring. So, if there's any questions you have, feel free to let them know, and I'll turn it over to you guys. Take it away.
Thanks, Tyler. Well, good afternoon. Happy to be here again. So we'll get started here. So. Same agenda as always, but we'll go through schedule first, give you some updates about what we've done over the past few weeks here. We'll have a quiz again, and then I'll go to Q&A after that. So, schedule. So, Bradford Terrace, we finished that up. People moved in over there here in, what was that? Earlier this month, earlier in November. Common South, so that's the dining room area, so that got turned over last week, as Tyler mentioned, so all of you have been able to see the space, and enjoy it, and then have dinner in there tonight, so very happy we could get that completed ahead of Thanksgiving, so that was a big goal of ours. Commons North, so that's the club room area, the library area, the second floor of the commons area, that area we're going to take over starting next week. So we'll get into that a little bit more with some of the pictures, kind of talk to you and let you know what that's going to look like when we take that space over. And then water tower. So we originally were slated to start that in January. We actually have started some of the demolition in that building already. So this week we started. Working in the fitness area, in the pool area, down in the basement level. And then we also have started, if you saw on the east side of the building, a scaffold system that we'll be utilizing during construction. So we've been putting that up in place this week. So we'll have some pictures for you that Pete will talk about here in a little bit. Take it over.
So I think the big exciting part that everybody noticed this week was when they came down the hallway and that wall was open on both sides instead of one side. The reason the whole wall didn't come down is because we're going to use it again when we do the front entrance and the club room, which is going to be next week. So we're really excited. This slide shows a little picture of what we turned over to you, and this is kind of reminding you of the path where we were walking and where you are going to be walking now. So you're going to be on the other side of the wall. The side you were looking through, when you look through the little window, you're going to be on the other side. Now you're going to look through to the other way, looking at us on that side. What that means for you is the front entrance, starting next week, is going to become where the dumpsters live. So everyone's going to be coming through Bradford Terrace, kind of over where the reception desk is right now. So we kind of got used to it. We saw the reception desk over there. But starting next week, we're actually going to have a fence where the big turnaround is, where we had the food trucks this summer, and that's going to be where we put our debris and where we bring our new material in. So everyone and all your families will come to visit are going to be coming through the Bradford Terrace entry over by the new reception desk. So that's going to be the biggest impact you're going to see, is that we're going to have a fence up there to keep people safe. But we're going to have some signage, so if your family members or anybody comes to visit you, we'll see the sign and we'll remind them to go over to the Bradford Terrace entrance. So that'll be the biggest impact. Mailroom. We're going to have access to the mailroom. We don't want you to think that you don't have access to the mailroom. So we're working on a tunnel, if you will. So you're going to go through a little tunnel to get to the mailroom across the hall, and it'll be fun. You'll get to go through the tunnel.
One other quick note about the dining room. So you have the dinner service tonight. The artwork that's going to be installed in the dining room area is getting installed in the next couple of days. So you won't see anything in there right now, but by the end of this week, you'll see the artwork installed in there that will kind of liven the space up a little bit more.
There are some doors coming.
Yes. Yep. Those doors for the other private dining room area. Yeah, those were made incorrectly. So we're waiting to receive those as soon as we we get those, we'll install those so that we'll close off that other private dining room there.
So this slide has some pictures of what's happening over at Water Tower right now. If you've walked, your dog, she's over here somewhere. You've walked past the scaffold that's going up, as well as you've seen it if you pulled in that direction. This picture was taken a little earlier today. There's one more floor on it already, and by the end of the day, there should be another one on top of that. So that's going to be how we get material in and out, is through one of the future patio doors, which will be located right in there. So we're gonna make the future opening and use that to get all the material in and out using a big machine instead of using the elevator, so that we don't scratch it or anything. The other picture is showing, you can probably see the mirror from the workout room. This is your workout room with nothing in it. And that's the ceiling coming down already. So there's a lot happening down there. We wanted you to know that we've got a lot of work going, rushing through to get it back to you as soon as we can. Here's a picture of the courtyard addition update. I think most of you can see it through the windows. So some of you actually have your suites look down right into there. So I know you've probably been watching. There's a lot of concrete that happened this week. We're gonna have more concrete this week. They're bringing it all in a little wheelbarrow. They call it buggy. So it's actually a guy rides on the back of a big plastic wheelbarrow that's motorized, and then they dump the concrete. So they're bringing it all in. So it's kind of slow. It doesn't happen real fast. But we get it in, they place it, and it looks really good. We've got a lot of concrete out there. Here's some pictures of the stairs getting formed up right here. And then this is actually a photo of the inside of the addition. It's not done yet. That's not how it's going to look. But if you were to walk in it, that's what it would look like, the ramp in the addition. We're excited that we're going to be working a lot more on that in the near future. It's going to look different. I can't wait to have some new pictures for you next time we meet. Quiz time. What's the only other substance used more often than concrete in the world? I did not know the answer. I was really surprised. Somebody helped me find this question. So we'll take some answers. But what is the only other substance used more often than concrete in the world?
Steel.
Wood.
That's exactly what I said. That's not right.
Steel.
No, I thought so.
Glass. Steel.
It's not glass and it's not steel.
Stone.
What was that?
Stone.
It's not stone or brick either. Those are. I said stone, didn't I? I think I said stone. These are the same.
Mud.
Mud? No, it's not mud either. So do we just show the answer? I didn't guess it. It's water.
I said no.
That's how much concrete they use. The only thing they use more than concrete is water. A lot of concrete is used in this world. Concrete dates back to 1400 to 1200 BC. That's some old concrete. We've learned a couple things since then. We didn't use that same mix design out here. I don't know what the aqueduct was. The first discovered it was a waterproof structure used in the 7th century. Wow. So best concrete's been around a long time, and is it still used? Do you know? Did you know?
That's near Greece, yeah. Well,
And
I mean,
but it's still standing?
The remains of it right there.
It's still standing, so that's a long time. So that first concrete actually lasted a long time. I hope that our concrete here will last that long. I don't know if I won't last that long, but that's very exciting. And so that was our quiz question for today.
Yeah, so kind of a short presentation this month, but that's what we have for right now. So we'll open it up to questions that anybody has. Yep.
Yeah. I hope you have answered this in the past. The ramp in the patio area, what is the top of that about?
The
It
top
looks
of
like
it?
a terrace or something. I don't know.
Well, the
behind
top of
that.
the structure.
The top of the structure.
Oh, yeah. So that's the roof is installed up there. Usually, the construction method would be to have the exterior walls go above the roof line, so that it creates a parapet. That helps with basically taking the rainwater that falls onto that roof, direct it to the drain that will be installed there, and then take it out to the appropriate.
And that's why the walls are there.
Yeah, mostly. Yep. It's to take that rainwater.
It's a typical design for most commercial buildings. What you're seeing right now is just the corrugated metal.
Yes.
That on top of that's going to be some insulation board, and then on top of that will be the rubber. So that it'll be a little bit higher than that, so the wall will be a little shorter appearance from inside.
Handle 20 inches of snow.
They designed it really well, and I gotta trust the
Yep.
engineers knew what they were doing.
Yep. Maybe
At
not
20
maybe,
inches,
maybe
we
not
might
the
get way
6
more
feet
than
that,
that now,
that
yeah.
Buffalo got, but hopefully we never need this. So.
Have you ever thought of putting the plants on that a lot of the buildings do, and on the top for take the green roof?
That one wasn't designed as a green roof, but I have seen green roofs, and that's definitely something Tyler could look into in the future.
I think that
What
would-
is the outside gonna look like when it's done?
Yeah, so it'll have a what if you're familiar with hardy plank siding or
Faux wood.
yeah, faux wood is basically what it is, wood siding. So it'll look a little nicer than that, but that's essentially what it'll be. So on the bottom part, underneath where the windows are, will be one color of that siding material, and then the upper part will be a different color that will match. I believe it's supposed to match the stone that it's that's kind of right behind that, the stone and brick.
It looks like you come down the ramp and hit the wall.
We can go back to the picture, I can kind of explain it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it very well there.
All right, so
Yep.
this right here is the bottom the historic building. So where you enter that elevator and then you go down just a couple, 3 steps and come out the other side of the elevator. Right before that, you're gonna come into a little alcove. You'll come down this ramp, and it's not very steep. It's only, the grade is very minimal. And at the bottom, they'll make a 90-degree corner into right on the other side of here, on where we have the drywall, we can see in there. That's where you'll come in.
So you'll walk down that ramp, take a right, and then you'll come through these.
Come right back in, and we'll be right across from Lindsay Hall. So I don't think anyone will run into the wall.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
It's a pretty big, it's bigger, when you're inside, it's bigger than it looks on the outside.
And there will be a.
I can picture people timing how long they can go in their wheelchair or walker down there.
Yes.
And
It
clocking.
could be fun. Yes.
Have a contest.
Yep. There will be a handrail on the wall as well. So if people are walking up that ramp, they'll have a handrail there as well to assist those.
Are you organizing these?
No, absolutely not. I'm not doing wheelchair races yet.
Yeah,
We'd
we're
like to
doing
see
it.
Olympics and maybe add that. But just to note, the Historic Preservation Committee of Milwaukee actually specified what the exterior of that ramp looked like. So we had to go through ahead of CG Schmidt, but they were just getting involved. AG Architect, LCS Development, myself, actually went and sat in the court, or the council meeting for the Historic Preservation Committee, and our concern was the balconies that were adding on to the water tower. Well, they had no concerns about that because it's different use, different purpose, and they were all in agreement that that was a great idea. So let's add balconies, but it was interesting because I said, well, as I was driving past, I went down the alley, you can't see it, but then I poked my head in, and so what you have specified actually has to change to match what we have here. So that was their biggest concern, was what the exterior of the ramp area looked like, since that was an addition. So CG Schmidt, RDG, nobody spec'd that outside of our own city council. And they also specified the window replacements to be wood windows. So initially that's what they had specified when that was built in 2001. They actually went a different direction, so now that we're repurposing all the windows in there, they're making us go back to what they originally had planned in 2001. So those are the interesting, I guess, initial meetings that we had with our Historic Preservation Committee at the City of Milwaukee, and then obviously that went through the formal process at the City Council that obviously allowed us to move forward with the entire project. So just wanted to make that side note as we're talking about the ramp.
I thought you said once that they had to match the stone on the outside.
So that's what they specified. So the stone, the faux wood, whatever
The color.
the color,
mimic what's there.
we again did not have say in that. The Milwaukee, essentially, Haley put together the specification that they requested, sent it back to the city stamped that specification, and that's what we have to use. So yeah, it's an interesting process. It was definitely a learning curve for me, sitting in some of those meetings, and we weren't the first on the agenda, so it was interesting on how that committee works. Our inter-council city is always interesting. So actually ran into Mayor Tom Barrett at the time too as I was walking in, so got to say hi to him. So, all right, turn it back over to you guys.
Any other questions?
If not, again, thank you for having us again here this month, and look forward to presenting to you again. I think it's, I have the date on here. December 16th is the next construction update at 2 o'clock. So right before Christmas. So we look forward to coming back.
Thank you.
Next month.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.